cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey, guys. Georgia's head coach told me pregame he has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So Georgia's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense as they take control of the football first. And here comes their freshman four-star quarterback, looking to lead this team to a win in the opener. Running inside, it's Turner. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Drag down, they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Turner. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
The Seminoles are marching down the field. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Right back to it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. They had a fantastic offseason, #1 recruiting class in the country, but with that comes a little pressure. So how much pressure is on this class?
Well, lots of pressure, no question about it, but I think we're in an era of college football where you're seeing more and more true freshmen see the field early and have impacts early and make plays. Think about Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State during their national championship season. These kids are ready to go, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of fans, David, really excited to see what they can do.
Pressure is a privilege. Like when you get elite talent, that's what you're starting to do. Hey, bring them in, develop them, understand, like that's part of the process that goes with it, but you've been working for this moment. This is what you wanted for the last several years, and you're developing towards. Now you get a chance to go prove who you are.
Finds a little bit of room, give him a couple down to the 23.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Throwing, Williams. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're about to get through their entire opening script of plays. This is the 11th play of the drive. Third down coming up. Got his man. Good pickup on that one. They will stop him short of the line to gain, and now we'll see what they do on fourth down from the 17. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 in the year. He's perfect.
The Bulldogs offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Now we see Isaiah Canyon. He'll try to get his senior season off on the right foot and become one of the top pass catchers in the land. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Off the play fake. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
We talked about it earlier. Now this home crowd making life difficult. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. On his way back from the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He'll try it again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. The Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Williams. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Got the quick completion. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
They'll run the counter. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the sideline, and he's able to tiptoe his way to a first down.
I like that play call there. 3rd and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. After the flag, distance for a first down cut in half. They can really get aggressive on 1st and 5. Trying play action. Got a man. It's Taylor. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. They just keep firing. Got his man downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. He'll throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. The run inside. It's Turner. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Williams finds his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Caught in the backfield, it's Lopez. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Singleton. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. You hate to see this, all of the work in the offseason and injury this early in the year. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Singleton. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Singleton. No room to run, and he'll be stopped for no gain on 4th and 2.
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. 4th down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Makes a man miss. Oh, another great move. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's 2nd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Temple.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. It's caught. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. And talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point.
Snags it, and there's running room. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Taylor. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. And he's only able to pick up about a yard before he stopped on the play. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Grabbed behind the line. It's Lopez. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there, because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss, and with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Hauls it in.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Here's Williams to throw. He lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This quarterback is getting frustrated, and you can see it now, right? They've had some possessions, but they only have a field goal to show for it, and he's now starting to take shots. That time, that was not the right look to throw it way down the field here at the end of the first half, but the defense loves this, because right now, this quarterback is playing right into their hands.
Got his man on the right. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Finds his man, it's Lopez. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And holding on to a first-half lead, this offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to the locker room. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Offense gets set for second down. They feed him again. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the big...
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
A quick pass to the left. Could not make his way to the corner. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. So now it's second and long. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dome. From the gun, wants to pass. He's looking deep. He's got it way down the field. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Grab behind the line. It's Temple.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Finding an escape route. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Temple. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Carr. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Throwing, Williams. It's complete on the right side. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. It's complete to the right. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And that's really frustrating for a defense. They bring the blitz. They're trying to heat him up. They're trying to make him make a decision fast, get rid of the football. He holds on to it. He buys a little bit of time and makes the play after he scrambles outside the pocket. That's why this guy is extremely hard to defend.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Reads it, fires complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Pulls and fires complete. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. And the Seminoles, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Running inside, it's Singleton. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
The run from the shotgun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. 4th down, Williams. Escapes the pressure going right. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Cook got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Williams. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Seminoles. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. The Seminoles back in the lead. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they can lose this ball game.
He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Off the RPO, complete. There he goes, ripping through the defense. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Looking to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Temple. Looking for room at the 40. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Taylor. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Really nice throw by the quarterback here, because if you're going to throw out-breaking routes against man coverage, you have got to be on time, which means the ball has got to come out before the receiver gets out of his break. Really nice anticipation by the QB.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Going to the run, it's Temple. Knocked down for the tackle.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run that runs some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Looking for space, it's Temple. Quick step and go. Maybe some room here. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Bulldogs answer right back with a score of their own.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Williams throws it deep. Upstairs to make the catch. Speeding down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Noles!
snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Temple. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. The play-action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Looking to throw for it. Right on the money. Goes down immediately, but he's got plenty and a fresh set of downs here.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That
guy. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. The big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Got it behind the line. It's Taylor. At the end of the play, there's a Georgia Bulldog who has yet to get up. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Running inside, it's Turner. He finds his way out to the 13-yard line, and they're out of trouble with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Williams to throw. Gets rid of it. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Now, after the interception, there is a man who's still down on the field. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He got it back corner of the end zone.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They got the sack, but there is a man down on the play. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. Bitterly disappointing start to the season as they can't come up with a W and open 0-1.
And there's still so much room to improve for this